The next speaker that we are going to have is coming from all the way from Rome, which is indeed one of the oldest cities in the world. Developers advocate at Daily Dev. He's a Docker captain and a Twitter sensation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, clap out loud and let's welcome Francesco! Whoa! Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Let's talk about a topic that I think is connected with the previous presentation, the previous panel. And this is about how to learn Web3. Because we already had great presentations, but I would like to share my journey, unbiased, on what I think is a good way to understand the process of learning. So, perfect. So, namaste. I'm Francesco, developer advocate at Daily Dev, Docker captain. I'm very active. Maybe I'm a bit too active on Twitter, Discord, and YouTube, and many more social media, but those are the main ones. And so, let's get started. At the end of the presentation, I'll give some free stickers, but I don't have many. So if you come and take a selfie with me, you will get some. You need to be fast. Remember this, okay? Nice. Okay, so this talk is a spoiler, because this talk is about what I'll share in the next and upcoming days and weeks on social media. I say weeks because I want to take a rest here in Goa for a week, so don't expect this in 2 days, 1 day, because I want to relax. Okay, give me a break. It has been a kind of tough year, okay? And I have a repository on GitHub when I basically put all the content I create on social media, especially on Twitter, but not just on Twitter, also videos. The name is this one, Free Web3 Resources, okay? It has more than 2,000 stars, let's brag a bit. And so I put there everything. Everything I create on social media, it's free. And of course, this will be improved. Okay, so when we want to start learning something, we need a way to start. And Web3 is not an exception, for sure, because we need a way. I had the same situation, I think about 1 year ago. So where to start? I think that the best way to start, if you want to learn Web3, is a roadmap. This is the question I get the most on social media. Give me a roadmap. Give me multiple roadmaps. Which are the steps to learn? And I've checked some roadmaps. I still don't have the Francesco's roadmap because I'm working on this. So in the meanwhile, if you're looking for a good roadmap, there are many, but let me just recommend just one. Do you know this guy? Vito, the complete Web 3.0 and Solidity Development Roadmap 2022. I'm saying this not because Vito is here, not because he is my friend, but because this is also the #1 on Google research if you look for Web3 roadmap. So, great, Vito, you're amazing. Okay, so, but how did I start? So, which is like, I don't know, the first thing that I would like to read on watch. Do you know this guy? Who knows this guy? Another debit? Okay, everybody should know him. He made an article on Web3Conf. The article is not super new, but I think it's still super relevant, and it's a very great article on what is Web3, the decentralized internet of the future explained. It's, I remember, not very long, but I think this is a great way to start. This is the article I recommend. Okay, so I love this because in the previous panel, that person said like that the fundamentals are important. I love this. Fundamentals are fundamental. And I think that the fundamentals of blockchain are what really can make the difference between someone just checking and just doing a couple of tutorials. And I know that it's a bit boring, but this can really help to save time later. I say this, oh, I regret so much that I wasted time learning the fundamentals. Say no one ever, okay? And here there are many concepts, crypto basics, hash. There are block explorers, which is basically a way to see transactions on the blockchain. Blockchain oracles also are a very important concept because when I started learning blockchain, I said, okay, but how do I connect the blockchain with, I don't know, the web? Is there some sort of API? Is there a way? Because otherwise, it will be very hard to connect or create a new whole ecosystem in the blockchain. We need the blockchain to be compatible. So this is an important concept, and I'll come back on this a bit later. Okay, and of course, basic concepts like NFTs, DAO, and DApp. I'm also preparing some links about this, which I think is the best one. But I want to talk more about the concepts and not just the single videos. Okay, let me come here. Oh, the other part. Okay, so there are many blockchains. I try to keep track of all of them, and to be honest, my job has been kind of hard. So what I'm doing is that every month, every 2 months, I keep track of what I think are the 24, I hope, 24 more relevant blockchains. And this list usually changes over time. I think that in the future there will be less blockchains. This is my idea, but we need to start from somewhere, okay? I didn't know that EVM had a blockchain, for example. So which is the best way to start? I think there are a couple of good options, which is Ethereum and Solana, and also Polkadot, but the best way is to start with a blockchain that has more support from the community. So in this case, I recommend Ethereum to start, and for different reasons. The main reason is that there are more resources. And when you start with a blockchain, the best thing is to start with the basic concepts. So something which is very basic, and also something that is relevant to the specific blockchain. For example, here at the bottom you can see what's a beacon chain, side chains, and the merge. I think this is going to happen kind of soon. We still don't know the exact date, at least for as far as I know, but I'll follow this because I also want to create some content out of this. And by the way, many of these points, I got them on the official ethereum.org. I don't know if it's really official, but let's say on ethereum.org website. And so these are some basic concepts to get started. I suggest to just don't start writing code because we will have time to write as much code as we want. Okay, so there are also some more advanced concept, and you can skip this part. This part, I think this is optional for really who maybe has more time. For example, I skipped this part at the beginning. I just skipped on the coding part. But if you have more time, I don't know, or if you can code for a while, you can also try this one. So there is the Ethereum white paper. It's a bit long, but it's a good way to read something and know something more about the Ethereum blockchain. The Ethereum trilemma, I recommend to check what is that. And this one, I don't know, how many of you have heard of course, not Vitalik. Vitalik? Do you know who is him? Okay, and the article Endgame. Do you know? Okay, so basically he published an article on the future vision of the Ethereum. It's a good one. Maybe it was during the Marvel series. He released an article called Endgame. And then for the let's say math fan, you can also check something which is called the yellow paper. I'm trying to simplify this a bit, but it's not easy because it has a lot of formulas and that inside that. Who has ever heard or checked the yellow paper? Not so many people. Okay, nice, good one. Okay, so after checking, can you hear me? Okay, after checking the basics, we should check, you should use a language, okay? And here we have just two options, to be honest. So we have Viper, which is more Python-based, so maybe for Python developers. And then we have Solidity in the middle. How many of you have ever heard of Viper? Okay. This is a Web3 conference. I did me the same question, like in other conference, I got like 2 hands raised. Okay. Solidity? Okay, nice. I see the difference in the scope. Okay, and I also put Rust, that it's more for Solana development. I think it can also still be used in some ways with Ethereum, but I'm not sure. So I just put this in parentheses in case you choose Solana to start, which can also be an option, of course. Everything I say is based on what I've learned. Okay, so I chosen this language, and there are different reasons why I've chosen Solidity. Usually, when I want to start to learn something new, I start with something which is mainstream. I think that there is nothing wrong in trying something mainstream because you will find more resources. The forums will have maybe the answer to your questions. And Solidity is I like this language a lot. It's inspired by JavaScript, Python, and C++. The thing that I like the most about Solidity is that it has some keywords that are specific for writing smart contracts. Solidity is a language to write smart contracts for the Ethereum blockchain. For example, it's an object-oriented language, but it still has some keywords like contract instead of class, which I really like, and also, yeah, some very good one, but this is not a Solidity presentation. Okay. Okay, who knows this guy? I met this guy in New York. He's a power lift. He lifted me like this, like, hi, Francesco. And he said like that. So if you meet him, he probably will lift you up. This is how he say hi. This is his way to say hi to someone. So just so you are prepared in this. So he didn't make just one video, but he made 2 videos. And I think this is the oldest one, and this is a Python, Solidity blockchain for Python. He has also longer hair, and there he has a cooler haircut, and this is 32 hours video. Who knows this video? Who knows that this video exists? Okay, nice. And how many have finished the video? Damn, I haven't finished it yet. Okay, I have to finish it yet. Okay, and this video is great, especially if you don't have Netflix. You have basically a free subscription to this video, and you can just watch it. No, I'm joking. Don't just watch it, but also code along with that. And I also would like to mention 2 more YouTube channels. One is this guy. Do you know this? Oh yes, nice. Okay, I want to interview him on my YouTube channel. Please help me out. I'm trying to contact him in some ways. Let's see if I can make it. And also there is this one. Who knows this YouTube channel? Nice. Do you like this? I haven't had much time to check this one, but he's very straight to the point, right? I really like this style of this guy. I also would like to contact him. Nice. So this is I like to share these resources so we can also talk about this together. Of course, we don't have just to say, okay, so Francesco said this, so let's watch this video, all these videos. No, this is just something that I personally liked. Okay, so once we go into the code, I would suggest to start with something simple, because setting up a development environment for Solidity, it's not super easy, especially if you're a beginner, and this is exactly what I did. Instead of doing this, I did this in the wrong way. So all the tips that I give is because I lost some time trying to set the local environment, because I wanted this like on my machine and having all the pieces together. It can be done, I did it, but I think that this is a more efficient way. So this is why I'm sharing this with you. So the Remix IDE, do you know this browser ID. Yes, okay? It's a good way also, for example, if you want to make a tutorial, if you want to, I have a shameless plug, but I have a tutorial on how Solidity Hello World, and it took me like 100 seconds to make, because I just go straight into the browser, just do a couple of things. Solidity Hello World with Remix can be done in minutes, okay? And of course, the docs are always a good resource. I always like to make this, because especially if you are a content creator, maybe checking the official documentation and try to translate this in something simpler, is something that usually the audience like a lot. So it's always from not just a pure developer, but also a developer which is also a bit a content creator. And I'm working on this. I released a version of a Solidity cheat sheet, and there are some good ones, but I think there is not yet a really good one, and probably at some point I'll release my Solidity cheat sheet. So this is why I put this. I left one out, but it has too many stuff. I want to reduce it. Do you know this tutorial? Okay. So I went a bit crazy because I made almost all the tutorial in one go. Don't do this, okay? Don't make example by me. But this is a very good one to start, because it starts very easy, in a very easy way. You have an explanation, then an assignment. You try to type on, I should have put a screenshot, but okay. And you try to type, and then you see if your answer is correct. It's like a free code camp style, we can say. It's vibrating, I don't know why. Maybe it's finishing the batteries. Okay, so after using this kind of, let's say, ready-to-use frameworks, what you can use is something a bit more elaborated, not much, to be honest, but the good thing is that once you do good hello world, you have some foundation, you know some basics, this process will be way faster. And to be honest, I've just tried here, of course, MetaMask, Hard Hat, one example with Truffle, and the last two I've just made, I think, a very small one. But I think these are the main frameworks that you can try to use. Okay, there's also this cool extension for VS Code. Okay, and how many front-end developers are here? Raise your hand. Nice. Okay, so a good way to, a good news for front-end developers is that you don't have to, for once, because front-end developers always have to change framework every 3 months, right? For once, there is a good news. So you can just check this. I think there are more, okay? But this, for sure, they work. I worked a little bit more with this, but I want to try this more. And basically, it's a way to interface yourself with the blockchain directly. So you just have to learn a library, and you can use whatever framework you want, okay? And I wanted to put this slide because many people said, like, I am a front-end developer and I want to switch to Web3. What should I do? I got this like 5 times per day, this question. Okay, so it's basically a non-traumatic process. Maybe front-end developers, they are ready to switch frameworks. So I say, okay, so this time we have good news for you. And then some more advanced concepts, decentralized storage. There are at least 3 types. I'm sure that there are more, by the way, but at least these are the ones I know, okay? So probably someone will correct me in some ways. And so they have different way of working, but I made an example with all 3 of them, and they are good to go. And of course, it's they have this. You can basically hold your data on the blockchain using this decentralized storage. Okay, let's go a little bit further. And this is a bit strange because, okay, mid-level tools, there are some testing tools like Waffle and Ganache. OpenZeppelin is a very great one. It's not, I put this in the mid-level tools, but to be honest, we are starting to simplify the process instead of complicating it. But the thing is that once you understand the basics, knowing that things like this exist, it's great. So this is why I put this after, because I think it's great to know that these things exist after you suffer just a little bit. Okay, and Wallet Connect, shameless plug, maybe in the future I'll create something, like I'll try to use this live. And Chainlink is the company of that guy. Patrick Collins is an advocate of Chainlink, and it's the blockchain oracles company. I think it's the de facto standard, and it's also a decentralized oracle, blockchain oracles, because as we said before, the blockchain has to interact with the external world. So if the blockchain has a single point of failure, basically they make no sense. So of course, the oracles have to be decentralized, otherwise it's bad. Okay, and so once you suffer a bit, because of course this can take a while, this process. I see that Vito is happy. Vito is happy. I see that Vito is happy, okay. But there are some SDKs that can really make your life easier. Why I put this here and not just at the beginning? Because I think that you appreciate the powerful of this kind of SDKs only once you try something on your own. And in this case, it's totally fine to use an SDK, okay? And of course, so these are the three main ones that I've used. I made just some examples. I want to try some of them maybe on live streams and test it, because I think they are also very easy to use. So we're almost at the end. And the last point, one of the last points, it's about building projects. This is very important, and I get very often this question like, where do I get inspiration? Get inspiration to build my own projects, just to get started, of course. And for now, I can recommend Moralis and Alchemy. They have like videos when they can explain what you can build. Like you can build your marketplace, games. So they're very good as an inspiration, getting inspired to build something. Okay. Okay, and now the last two parts. The first one, this is very important, the building in public. I can say that for me, building in public for Web3 changed my life and changed also the type of my content, because at some point I decided to start sharing stuff about Web3. It was the 19th of December, 2021, and I've been posting every single freaking day until today. So today I'll post something related to the conference. And building in public, for me, it's similar to when you step into a gym and you are totally out of shape. So you are like this. Everybody's doing exercises. Everybody does heavy lifting, and you are like this. Like, what should I do? But the thing is that once you start, after some days, some weeks, you start to understand which kind of body you want to build, which kind of exercises you like the most. You start to make a plan. And of course, going to the gym is the hardest part, and getting started, getting out and share something in public is the hardest part. I think that the question that I get more often is like, Francesco, should I share something in public? Because there are already people they know more than me. But there are great advantages in sharing things in public, which is not just making followers. That's not the goal. If you build in public, you have different good things that can happen to you. The first one is that I didn't have time to make a slide out of this. You connect with people with the same interest. If you start talking about Solidity, you will start meeting people. Oh, you too like Solidity. Nice, let's connect. Okay, and this is a great one. And also, of course, the opportunities. I'm here on a stage talking about Web3, and if I would have done this as I did, for example, with Docker. With Docker, I've been learning just in private. With Web3, I decided to go full public, a bit shameless. At the beginning, someone was also complaining, saying like, Francesco, why are you doing this? Web3 is a scam, right? No, but I made my researches because I like to know things on my own. I trust no one, so I just go and just try to learn. And to be honest, now I'm very happy of my decision because I'm here with all of you and I can try pani puri with vodka later. So this is great, right? I've noticed that some people are getting FOMO for this conference. Say, oh, now I want to learn Web3 too. Now we are here already, so we have some advantage. And I really love this, to be honest. Let me say this. And this one is the last one, I think, and it's join a community, because doing things alone, it can be done, but it's way, way harder. There are some great communities in Web3, and I usually recommend to join a community for web development, for whatever. But for Web3, it's even more important, because once you join a community, you start meeting really the people who like exactly what you do, and there is no followers, just people who just try to build projects together. We are not just on social media saying like, oh, this is cool. So joining a community can really make the difference. I'm active in a couple of communities, Learn Web3 DAO, I'm also in Developer DAO, Build Space. I've also, since I like to hurt myself, I also created my own community. It's very hard, but I have a community of content creators, and of course we create content on Web3. And so this is the last tip that I wanted to tell you. And this presentation will be available soon. I don't know if today, because I want to relax a bit, but soon this will be available. I'll post this, so you can also download this presentation if you missed some part. Okay, it's true. It's true, see the face? Ciulia. Okay, Francesco. Okay, and now it's time. I know that you are shy. You are not. But it's time to make a selfie, if I can. Can we? So I would like to invite Vito on stage. Vito, come here. Now, we need to take the best selfie ever.
In fact, you know what? First thing first. Come on, guys, give Francesco a huge round of applause. Everyone, give it up for him. Give it up for him.
So,
आपको भी शुक्रिया